Hey guys, welcome to my another video. In this video, I'm going to discuss about loops in Java. The loops are basically an iteration statement in which we repeat some set of code again and again until some condition is true, and that condition should be some boolean value or boolean set of instruction that should be true or false as per requirement of our program. In Java, there are basically four type of loops. The first three loops are the traditional loop, which we studied in each and every type of programming language, but the fourth one is a little bit different from the traditional loops. The first one is while loop, second do while, third for loop, and the fourth one is enhanced for loop. The enhanced for loop I will discuss later after a class and object topic. Now let's see our requirement for loop. Basically, the traditional loop require four things. The first one is loop control variable. Second, initialize the loop control variable. Third, condition check for the loop, that is the boolean condition. It should be true or false. And the fourth one is increment or decrement the loop control variable. It also depends upon what kind of loop we need to implement. Now the syntax. This is the first syntax of while loop, in which the first part, that is int a. Here int a is a loop control variable. After that we initialize the loop control variable with a is equal to 0 or some other value like 1, 2, and this is the while. While should be in a small letter. After that the boolean condition, for example a is less than 4. If that value is true, then we can enter our loop body part which exists within these brackets. After that system out print will display our output, and here is the fourth step, that is a plus plus increment the loop control variable. After that we have do while loop. The do while loop is different from while loop. The while loop is also known as entry control loop, and do while is known as exit control loop. In this loop, we again need these two things, loop control variable and initialize the loop control variable. After that, the do keyword and the while keyword at the end of the body of the loop. In do while loop, we check the condition later. First, the compiler enter in the loop body part. After that, it do some calculative work what we have put in our loop body. After that, it will check the condition like a is less than 4. The condition check later. And how these things are work, for that I will show you in the table format how the loop is working, in what manner. And one more thing, we do not have to put semicolon over here. If we put semicolon over here, then the compiler assume that this is the end of the statement, and it consider the body of the loop is the separate part of that particular code. Where in do while loop, as it check the condition later, but we need to put semicolon over here, otherwise we got error message and our program couldn't be compiled. So the semicolon is required in case of do while loop. And the next one is for loop. In for loop, the loop control variable and initialize that variable at the same time. After that a semicolon is required. After that boolean condition, again semicolon, and increment or decrement variable. All of these set of thing is remain in a same header section of the for loop. After that, if initialize the variable, condition is check, okay, this condition is true because I value is 0 and here 0 is less than 4. That condition is true. After that it will enter the body part of the loop. The statement of a will printed. After that initial increment or update the loop control variable with value 1, and again check the condition with new value like I value become 1 is less than 4, and so on. And this is the table how this loop will work. Let's see. Take an example from while loop. Here in the beginning value of a is 0, that is 0. Now it will check the condition a is less than 4. Okay, a is less than 4, it means that 0 is less than 4, condition is true. Enter the body loop, print the value a colon colon 0. After that, increment the value of a from here from 0 to 1. Now new value of a is 1. 1 is less than 4, again it's true, and enter the loop body. Further printed the message and update the value of a from here. Now the new value of a is true, condition is true. Again enter the body and print the value and update the variable a value with 3. Now new value is 3. In our fourth iteration, 3 is less than 4, again condition is true, printed the message a3 and update the value of a with 4. Now in this case, as our condition is a is less than 4, now our new value a is 4. 4 is less than 4, that was true because I made a condition over here a is less than 4. If I make it a is less than equal to 4, then it is true, but in our case the value of a is 4 and 4 is less than 4, that is false, and this will end of our loop over here, and our compiler couldn't enter the body part, and it will execute the rest of the statement after the while loop body. So this is the working of loop in Java. Now I'm going to show you about how we can use such programs in our compiler or in our editor. Okay, this is my Eclipse IDE and I already made a class of demo loops with the main method. Now in this main method I am going to make a while loop statement. First of all, I need a syntax for while loop, but before that, as my slides, initially make a loop control variable like int a, that is a loop control variable. After that, initialize that value with 0, or you can, it is not necessary to initialize that value from 0. I can start it from value 1. After that, we need a condition, boolean condition, and that should be a is less than 2, and after that system out print, which will display our mass values, value of a plus a. After that, initialize the loop control variable. If I execute this code, we got only single message. If I reduce this value from 1, at this time I got nothing, no value. I will show you why this thing happens over here. And now condition is 1. If I use equals to sign with this, now I got two values. Value of a is 1 and value of a is 2. What happened over here is, for example, initially we have value of a that is 1 and condition is a is less than equal to 2. For that, it will check that a is less than, that is value of a is 1 is 2, condition is true. Okay, then it will execute the loop and display over this message, value of a is 1. After that, it updates the value a from a plus plus. Now the new value of a is 2 and condition is 2 is less than equal to 2. Again condition is okay, then it will display our second result over here. After that, it updates the value from a plus plus by value 1, and now our new value of a is 3 and condition become 3 is less than is equal to 2, which is false, and it will not enter the body of while loop. Similarly in rest of cases. Now the other thing is do while loop. Let me make comment over here. The next type of loop is do while. For that again I need same set of some variables. Let me use from over here. It will make this thing comment. I need one variable, and after that initialize it. Now syntax do came first, after that while, and some condition a is less than equal to 2. System out println value of a and a plus plus, and in last here semicolon is required. Again, if I execute this code, and it will show us the same result. Only syntax and little bit working is different. Now in this case, again we have the value of a that is starting from 1. After that, before checking the condition, the compiler can enter the body of do while loop, in which it will shows the value of a is 1. After that, it increments the value of a with 1, and new value of a is 2. Here, now it will check the condition that 2 is greater than equal to 2. Now condition is okay, then it again enter the loop over here and print the new value of a by 2. Now it increments the value after that by 3, and condition is going to check which is false, and it will terminate the loop and move further for next set of statements. And the last and the third one, that is for loop. Let me make comment over here. For this for loop, I can use again int a is equal to value 0 or 1 semicolon, a is less than some condition, for example 3, and a plus plus body of the loop. Now it do not allow me to make a new variable within a same set of block, so I can remove that int a, or I can change some variable. For example, if I comment this variable from here, then I need to declare it over here like this. Now system out println value of a and execute. Now we make condition by 3. Over we have 2 and 2. So these are the loop, but in case of for loop, I can do these set of things here, then it will work properly, no problem. Or I can remove everything from here, and that thing is also allowed. Or I can do this also, no problem at all. But semicolons are mandatory for this kind of thing. Or we can also, let me change variable from here like q, so that I can show you something else. Okay, now uncommented these code. What happens if I put semicolon over here? Let's see. I do not need for loop right now, so make this uncommented. Let's see what is going on over here. Nothing, because always the value of 2 is not going to increment over here, and condition is always true in this set of code over here. The condition is always true before system out block, so it will again remain in memory for infinite type of loop. So let me stop over here and remove this semicolon. So make sure then we should not use semicolon in the header section of while loop. And if I comment this thing, we do not increment that value in loop again, kind of infinite loop which always shows the value of a is 1 1 1 1 1. Let me stop it. So increment thing is also necessary. If I want to reverse the loop, like okay, and decrement it. This is reverse loop. Initialize the variable with a higher value and check the condition with some lower value and decrement the loop control variable. And one more thing, let me comment it and uncomment the do while loop. Okay, if what happen if we remove, basically the Eclipse ID or another ID do not allow us to execute this code. If I try, then exception came, exception that semicolon is expected after this token, so it is mandatory to put semicolon over here. But in while loop we do not put semicolon after the while header body. Same case, if I remove this thing from here, then again loop is kind of infinite because increment or decrement is required. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Do subscribe my channel. Thank you.